So today I want to share with you my most winning life philosophy. This is the main thing that has allowed me to network with up to 9-figure entrepreneurs. It's what allows me to build an extremely epic social circle of people that are just amazingly healthy, jacked, building their own businesses, positive people. Allows me to date just stunning women. Um, there's a lot to be said for this life philosophy, and I want to share that with you today. When you think of the concept of truth and the values that are aligned with that, say honesty, integrity, I think for most people you would think that these are just kind of good values in terms of you're a good person, in terms of, for a lot of people, I presume this is just what you do with your closest people, the people that you can really rely on. And that's at least how I used to think about these things. But in actuality, truth works on many different layers. When you build yourself up in a way where you consistently try to be as truthful as possible at all times, there's a few different things that happen. First of all, you start to become very truthful with yourself. You don't tell yourself all of these deceptions, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you are starting to be truthful in one area, it applies to other areas. And so it becomes easier to notice your own pitfalls than to just be okay with them, to be aware of them. Then secondly, outside of your inner world, with other people, you just become magnetic. You are one of these few people that do not loop around when someone asks you a sensitive question. You don't play games. There is nothing. It is just you. You just 100% accept it. And most people, they build up so many layers of lies and of, oh, I tell this person this much depth, and I tell this person this much depth. And because of this, they build a life that is a lie, and they live a lie, and they're constantly trying to keep up that lie, which is draining, highly ineffective, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't actually make your life better. It doesn't make your results better. There's this really fascinating quote by a Harvard professor, I think he's called Michael Jensen, and he says that integrity is not just tied to, quoting verbatim, basically these feel-good kind of values. It's really tied to performance as well. If you are 100% truthful, it can create up to 500% increases in performance, because everybody across your team, they know that they can rely on you. They know that what you say is what needs to be done. They don't have to think about second and third layer consequences and causes and whatever. It's just, this is what it is. There is no fluff. And that's what makes you way more effective. And as a consequence, it makes your team way more effective. And lastly, right now we've only spoken about these legitimate kind of effects in the real world. But the real underlying effect is that you are one of the real people on this earth. And if there's one thing that I've learned over the past few years, it's just that most people are very fake, and I do not want to be around them. But there's a select group of people walking this planet that lives their truth, that are generally the most incredible people that you will ever meet. And the faster you can get rid of all of these layers you've built up and you become aligned with your deepest truths, you become a person that is just someone that people want to be around, and that people are actually able to bond with on a much deeper level than generally speaking they are capable of. And when you become that person that can just bond with people on that level, you forge very, very deep relationships, which ultimately is pretty much the thing that will make us the most happy as human beings. So, highly recommend to adopt this philosophy, both with yourself, the way you speak to yourself, the way your thoughts and your actions align, and then also with other people. And obviously, both will permeate to one another, the effects of either one. So I hope this video is helpful, and see you tomorrow.